Hey guys, welcome to the Scholar Online YouTube channel, the channel that is all about learning. In this channel, I make a lot of videos on how to create your own website, how to create your own e-commerce or WooCommerce website and start making money online by selling products online. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button. You can find it at the bottom of the video and just hit subscribe. Please like this video if you like my content and remember to leave me a comment below. Talk to me, let me know what you like about the videos, what you don't like about the videos, what I can do to improve on these videos. And if you're new to the channel as well, if you go to the description, there is video timestamps available for you if you want to jump ahead to certain sections of the video. If you don't want to watch the entire video, please feel free to utilize those video timestamps and follow us on our social media channels. We've got a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page, and let's start learning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own free website using Google Sites to help promote your e-commerce business. You might ask yourself, why am I creating this video for e-commerce when it's just building a website? Well, if you've been following our video series, I've spent a lot of time trying to explain one of the keys to e-commerce success. The number one key, the number one most important thing that you need to do for your e-commerce store to be successful is that you need to get traffic to your website. You need to drive people to your website. It doesn't matter how great you build a website. If nobody knows about your website, you will not make any sales. The number of sales you make on your website will be directly proportional to the traffic that you get. It doesn't matter what your conversion rate is. If you have 1,000 visitors on your website, you will make sales that is relative or directly proportional to 1,000 visitors. If you only get 10 visitors, you will make sales that is proportional to 10 visitors. So the number one most important thing that you want to drive is the search traffic. You want people to find your website. The more people that find it, the more sales you're going to make. Last week, I spent time explaining to you how to drive traffic to your website using marketing methods. I showed you how to use Google My Business page. I showed you how to do a Google Merchant account and a Google Shopping account. This is what a Google Shopping account would look like when you have your Google Shopping campaign completed. People will find your items when they are searching for it on Google, but it is an ad and it is a paid for campaign. It's not free to do this, and you have to keep paying Google every single time for Google to show your products, and you are competing constantly. So you are faced with the law of diminishing returns. This means like that over time, you have to keep paying more and more for the same amount of exposure because more people are getting into the industry. The more people realize this is a profitable business, people are getting into it. You're going to get more and more people selling less wigs. More and more people are going to be paying Google more for their advert, for them to display their adverts, which means for you to keep in the competition, you have to keep paying Google more. So this is an unsustainable model over time. Over time, you will reach a point where the amount of money you have to pay Google is no longer justifying the amount of sales you're making. So you cannot sustain this forever. Even with the Facebook shopping that I showed you a little bit, over time, you have to pay for Facebook ads, and Facebook ads also have the same problem, the law of diminishing returns. Because once people realize that this is a profitable market, everybody wants to get into it, and then it becomes saturated, and then the advertising becomes expensive. So you have to keep paying Google more and more money, Facebook more and more money for the same product, which means over time you won't be making money. So how do you overcome this? All right, you have to build SEO, what we call search engine optimization. You have to build your website for search engine from the beginning. If you followed my tutorial series, you will notice I have been talking about SEO from the beginning. You might have been wondering, why is this person talking about SEO? That was a calculated method. I was telling you how to do SEO from the beginning because when you do e-commerce, you have to do it in parallel with search engine optimization, which means you have to build each and every part of your website ready for search engines. Search engine optimization means you build your website that the search engines can easily find it, and when they do find it, they can classify it properly, but also they are classifying it properly in the keywords that are very popular and keywords that have less traffic. So we've already done all of that We've done on-page SEO. So if you followed along, don't worry about it. All the videos we've done, you've already done it. Now we get to a point where we're going to do the 80% of SEO is called off-page SEO. Okay. The SEO that you do outside of your website. All right. And one of the most important things you need to do for off-page SEO is called link building. All right. You have to build backlinks outside of your website to link back to your website. All right. So for some websites, you have to build maybe 50 backlinks. Some cases you have to do 100 backlinks. Some cases you have to do 1,000 backlinks. It all depends on the competition that you have. For low competitive sites, even 100 backlinks will be sufficient. It means you have to go to 100 different domains and get those domains to build links back to your website. All right. It sounds daunting, but it is not as daunting as you might think. One of the fastest way to do this is to go to people like Fiverr. All right. If you go to people like Fiverr, these are like your, I'm very active on Fiverr, as you can see. So these are like your, what we call your freelancers. Okay. So you'll see this is one of my favorite freelancers here. These people, they'll charge you something like $800. Okay. I'm just going to show you this because I've bought this from this lady in the past. So actually, I wouldn't mind recommending her even live on my channel. All right. So this lady, for example, you pay her $800, right? And she will build for you 120 backlinks in 7 days. She will go and she will build you on 120 different domains, backlinks back to your website, and you only pay her 817 rands, and she'll do it in about 7 days, which is about a week from today. And I've bought from her. She's actually one of the good ones that you get on Fiverr. Some of them sell you crap, but this lady, she's pretty decent. Okay. So for $800, you get 120 backlinks. This is very, very important. Do not underestimate the value of backlinks. She will go and she's got a professional team and she will go and do these backlinks for you, all right? But if you don't have 817 rands to spend, I'm going to show you manually how to build one backlink, okay? And this is why I've made this video, how to create a free Google website, because for you to build the backlinks means you have to buy domains that you have to own to link back to your website, or you have to pay people who have domains to link to you, or you have to go to there's many ways to do it. Okay, the best way if you're a beginner is just to pay somebody else to do it for you. But if you want to do it yourself manually, I'm going to show you a little bit of what that entails in this video, right? So we're going to get a free Google website, right? And I've gone to Google Sites. You can find it by going to sites.google.com. All right. When you go to site, I've already done this when I was preparing for this video, so I know how to do this, right? So you go to sites.google.com and you can build a free website on sites.google.com, right? They have a template already that you can choose from, and you can choose any one of these templates and you can just build a website that says anything. But the important thing is that you're building this website to backlink back to your website. That's what you're trying to do actually. And the reason why you want to do it on sites.google.com, even though you could literally buy your own domain somewhere or pay people, is that sites.google.com, if you pay attention, this is a subdomain of Google. So Google itself has a very high domain authority. Sites.google.com has a very high domain authority. In SEO lingo, it's not just important building backlinks to your site. What's even more important than building backlinks to your site is building backlinks that have high domain authority. So you have to go and pay people who have worked hard to build their domain authority and pay them to link your website and pay them can I please guest blog, blah, blah, blah. There's many ways you do it. And they will say, okay, fine, 1,000 rands for one blog or whatever, and you have to pay all these people and start and build your links that way. Sometimes they will just link you if you have a good blog and they will think, oh, this is such a nice blog, and they will link it. But a lot of the cases you have to actually pay people. But Google gives you this for free, and Google itself already has a very high domain authority. So a free website with a high domain authority, definitely a Google site is a must for anybody because it's there for free. And if Google offers you free stuff, why not take it? Okay. Another free Google domain is Google My Business. Okay. So by now you already have a Google My Business page. that you will use to link back to your website, all right? On top of that, you can come and do the sites with google.com. Then you have 2 Google domain backlinks to your website with very high domain authority, and you didn't pay anybody anything for it. So this is why you want to do it on Google, okay? Another place you can do it for, which also has very high domain authority, where you can just write your own stuff without paying anybody for it, is Medium, all right? So you go to Medium, you create an account, it's absolutely free, and then you just write a Medium article. You can, since you're selling lace wigs, you can write a Medium article about lace wigs. Oh, you can write about a nice topic, how to put on a lace wig, and write a Medium article, link back to your website. Medium is very high domain authority. It's going to be free for you to do this. You've got a free link. The other good place to do this is LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn also allows you to write articles, and it's also got a very high domain authority, right? So you go to LinkedIn, and under your profile, under there, it says write an article, like that there. You click on write an article, and then you can write an article about lace wigs or whatever it is you're writing. And then at the bottom of this article, you can link your website. This is also free for you to do. So between link, Medium, Google sites, you already have 3 very high domain authority places where you can link, okay? Another good one is Yahoo, okay? Yahoo also is very high domain authority, okay? So you can go to Yahoo questions, Yahoo answers, and just write some nice content in there and link back your website. Yahoo also has very high domain authority, and it won't cost you anything. Another good one, I'm showing you nice tips right now. Quora. I'm showing you things which I also do. Quora also has very high domain authority. So on Quora, you will follow certain topics, okay? Like you'll find a space and you'll follow it. And then people ask questions like, how do I make an online form for free? How do I wara? And then you're gonna go and answer that question with your own response. And so someone will ask, for example, oh, how do I put on a lace wig? And then you go and you answer that question, and then you give them the step-by-step guide of how to put on a lace wig, and then boom, you link your website there, okay? And what I love about Quora is that you can do this almost weekly. So I normally give myself like one afternoon a month, and I go through all the Quora questions, and I find relevant questions that I can answer with my products. And then, you must write a very detailed response, because the more words in your response, the more likely it will rank. So someone is asking about lace wigs, focus on writing like 300 words at least in your response, a 300-word response, and then boom, add your link. Boom, add your link. If you can create a Quora link, 2 links a week, 3 links a week, plus LinkedIn, plus Yahoo, plus Medium, plus Google Sites, very quickly you've got 50 backlinks, okay? But this is a lot of work. I'm trying to show you the amount of work that it takes to do all of this, right? If you don't have the time to do this, you go to Fiverr, you find somebody like this, you pay her $800, and she does this for you. What I'm explaining to you right now, creating links, articles on LinkedIn, Medium, blah, 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 she'll do it for you, and you'll pay her only 817 rands, and she'll do 120 backlinks. This is why this, for me, I usually just end up doing this, because I don't have the time to do this. But today, we'll do a Google site, okay? So let's work off a template. All right, maybe let's start with a blank template so that we can build it the way that we want. I like my pages to be very simple, just a title, an image, and then I'll have I'll write like whatever I want to write at the bottom of it, okay? So you'll start with your site name, for example. Just use Lace Wigs South African, because this is where, remember your keyword, okay? Try and write this web page following the same keywords, because you want these keywords to be the one that people use to find this, all right? And then after you've done that, the same keywords to link back to your keywords of your website, if possible. And if you have time, you can come to Google Sites, and you can just, you can 5 different websites on Google Sites. You can build them for free and get 5 different backlinks back to your website. You can literally do that. You can do that. So Lace Wigs South Africa, right? Your page title, where to get lace wigs in South Africa. Boom. And then you can sort of put an image in there. Upload an image from your computer, Just look for something nice. You've got like some nice, I think I had some nice pictures on wigs here. Let me see if I can't find a nice, beautiful, there you go. All right. Where to find lace wigs in South Africa? There you go. And then you start writing. You just like pull a text box on the left there. You'll see a text box. Okay, just click on it. It will open a text box over there. You need to start with a high level title. All right, like that, for example. And then lace wigs are South Africa. All right, and then after that, you start writing. Okay, you might be wondering where to find lace wigs. Right, I'm not gonna write this whole article online. I'm gonna write it offline, but I'll just show you how simple it is. So I'm gonna pause this video and then we come back once I've written my 300-word article and ready to publish my free website on Google Sites. So I've gone and written up my website. I haven't counted the words yet, but just to let you know, you want at least minimum 300 words, maybe 500 to 600 will be better. In fact, the more words you have on this, the better, okay? So the more content you have in here, the better. So you can keep writing more stuff. But what you must never ever do is to copy and paste from somebody else's article. There's a lot of lazy SEO people that have this software that just churns out words, and they use that to because nobody wants to think to write. That's very damaging, and Google can pick up fake websites. The second thing is other people, they go and they find other good articles and they want to copy and paste. Don't do that either, because you will be also ranked low and penalized for plagiarism, and Google can find plagiarism as well. The best thing for you to do is, even if you start with a small article and over time, every time you have an extra 10 minutes, you come and you write an extra paragraph. Like today, I don't have a lot of time to write a really, really long page. So this is all I'm going to write for today. This is better if your article is shorter than if you plagiarize an article, or if you use those machines that just churn out fake paragraphs, okay? So rather write it slowly over time, because it's going to take time anyway for this website to be ranked and be indexed, because you've just developed it today. You haven't even gone to Google to index it. So I don't have time today, so this is all I'm going to write. Tomorrow, when I have extra 10 minutes in between this and that, I'm going to come back here and write more, But once you've done this, you just the website saves as you go along. I've added an image. I've kept referring to Lace Week South Africa all around, because I want that to be picked up as the keyword. I have linked back. This is the backlink I'm talking about. Okay, so a backlink is a link back to my website that I've included here. I know I've got links to social media as well. That's good. That's fine, because you're then promoting your social media. But the most important thing, the reason why we're actually doing these sites, Google Sites, is to create this backlink, okay? And when you create a backlink, you don't just put the link anywhere and say, oh, I'm going to just put the link here and paste it there. No, you want to link it on words that are your keywords on your website. So when you build your website, remember we had the keywords that we were working on, and the keywords I told you guys about was Lace Week South Africa. That's even what I called my website, is laceweeks.co.za. So make sure that this is called anchor text, the text where you put the link on. This text where you put your link on, or your anchor text, must be the same as your keyword for your website, because you want Google to know, oh, this anchor text, this is what this website is about. It's about Lace Weeks in South Africa, which is what your keyword on your website is. So once you've done that, you can just go there and publish it. All right, they're going to ask you what is the web address that you want. The web address is going to be sites.google.com/site/ this web address. Okay, so it's already recommending an address for you, but I want to put the spaces in between Lace Wigs like that. And from the look of things, this is not taken. I'm actually surprised. A lot of the times when I look for this web address is taken, because people come here and they take all the nice all the nice web addresses. So basically, your new website will be sites.google.com view Lace Week South Africa, which is again my keyword exactly, and that's what I want. So that's all right. Request public engines not to display. No, you don't want that. You want engines to display. You want this to be ranked and to be indexed. So just click publish. And once you've done that, it's been published. I'm gonna just go to view, and there you go. Lacewig South Africa. This is your website. You can take this link and send it to anybody, and they would find this website. So you can come here and create lots of websites for whatever reason. Okay, the reason why I did this is for backlinks. Now I've got a backlink from sites.google.com with a very high domain authority. You do the same for Medium, LinkedIn, Quora. And over time, you're building your backlink profile on the internet. And before you know it, your website starts to show up on search engines. This is what we call off-page SEO. All right, so people pay SEO companies thousands and thousands of rands to do. And you can do it yourself if you have the time, of course. Or you go and you pay this lady to do it for you. Right? So that's all I have time for today, guys. Enjoy building your backlink profile on your website, and see you next time.